Hey everybody, it is Monday afternoon and I have not yet turned on the light to my office tank here. I did open the window, you can see out into the garden a little bit there, and I'm just letting that light the tank for now. It's not brightly lit, but the fish don't need to read or anything, so they don't need a lot of bright light in there. The reason I have not turned on the light is because my temple plant here is touching it. So this is going to be a before and after video. I'm going to get in here and trim this temple plant down before I turn the light on, because at this point I'm going to start burning up the leaves if it gets any closer. It's not actually touching it, but it's within half an inch of those leaves actually hitting it. And so by this afternoon we'll actually be physically contacting that light. Now, I don't know whether I want to get in and cut it below the water line, just above the water line, or actually give it a little bit of pre-existing structure, cut it up here and allow these nodes and these leaves to stay in place, and that'll give us a little bit of a branchy tree-like structure as opposed to sort of just starting from scratch here under the water. So I don't know, we'll have to wait and find out, but there's your before and there's your after. So I decided to just go for broke, and we cut it right above where little side branches are starting to grow. And what that allowed me to do was cut the main stalk with a few tiny little pre-existing roots already on it. So that will easily go downstairs into one of my grow out buckets, or possibly into one of my tanks. And I will have yet another huge piece of temple plant. And don't forget, I do sell my plants, so you can check my email down below. If you're interested in something this size, we'd have to work out some kind of arrangements, because that would be a fairly large package to ship. Normally I ship plants in much smaller sizes, but I do put a lot of plants in each bag that I ship. So if you're interested, like I said, check the email in the description down below, and you will find my email there, and you can contact me and we'll make arrangements. So there you go. Not a lot to really talk about. That's all I really wanted to do, was get that cut down before I got my lights turned on today. I had to run out and get some work done, so it's several hours later than I normally turn the lights on. But there you have it. So we'll see what happens. I really do like the way the roots are growing around the rocks and everything that I put in here. And I gave it a little wiggle before I cut it down. And for as big and branchy and heavy as that whole section I cut off is, it was fairly secure. So it didn't feel like it was going to fall over or do anything like we had happened the last time I let it get really big and tall like that. So apparently my idea of piling the rocks up and getting them all stacked up around that main central trunk was effective. The way the roots have grown through everything is working out pretty well. I'm happy with that. And on a final note, now that I'm actually looking at it and thinking about it, this rock right here, I believe, is petrified wood, but some people have suggested it could be petrified bone or possibly antler. I've ruled out antler, but I could see that being a piece of petrified bone. Our long bones are hollow, and when I say our, I mean mammals. So if that were a section of bone, and this is why I think it's wood, look at the curvature of that. Now extend that curvature all the way around until you've got roughly a circle or whatever shape a bone would be. And then think about how huge that bone would be. And with this just being a little tiny fragment of it, I mean, the diameter of the bone would be a foot across. I can't imagine what kind of dinosaur would even have a bone that size. So I don't think it is actually petrified bone. I do believe it is a piece of petrified wood. And it's just, the core wood has been knocked out, and it's just a section of the outer part of the rim or whatever. But it's definitely petrified. It is stone. I think somebody suggested that it might be antler. like actual antler, not petrified antler, but actual real antler, and I was just confusing it for a rock somehow. Antler is not, it's not a piece of antler. Trust me, it's rock. So if it was once wood, it is now petrified wood, or if it was once bone, it is now petrified bone, but it is definitely rock. And of course, there's always the possibility that it's just an interesting looking rock and it's not anything special at all. Anyway, there's a look at my office tank now that I've cut that huge temple plant out of there and rambled on about a piece of rock or stone or petrified whatever. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you're subscribed. Don't forget this one is my office tank. And I will see you real soon in the next one. Thanks again.